Farmer Mike, live from the big farm, free impromptu masterclass entitled The Breakthrough That Almost Wasn't. Don't forget to stop by my world famous YouTube channel, Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Over 480 videos, all dedicated to urban farming. Wow. I'm gonna go in today. Hopefully I can get someone on the live, because I do the live to actually show you the essence, the art, agriculture, excellence, all unedited, as it is, as it's presented. So that's the style. Hopefully I can get someone on here real quick, because I go in on this master class on this beautiful day and out here right now. And this is there's some watermelon in this field, actually. Crimson sweet watermelon planted here. Go to our YouTube channel, Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube, and check out that video 2 years ago, pulling all those juicy watermelons right out this very patch right here. Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Farmer Mike from Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm in the Jazz District, where it lives. #1 urban farm in America. I'm about to go in. About to go in on this master class. Oh, I'm feeling it today. Is anyone on right now? We'll go in on this master class. Give you a couple seconds. So everything's looking good out here, looking decent. But there's a lot of work here, a lot of weeding that needs to be done. In this particular field, some hoeing, some tilling, some tillers are down, you know. But really that's what it's about. You always will have those situations where stuff will break down, adversity, and it's about pushing through. Is that you? Are you gonna push it through? Or are you gonna lay down and die? No, of course you're gonna push through. And let me go back in here and go in on this impromptu masterclass today, talking about bees. Today. Go back down here, give you a little live illustration. Yesterday was hot. Oh man, yesterday was so hot. But we pulled through, you know. And that's what it's all about. It's all about finding the strength to pull through. Okay. Let me show you what I got right here. Okay. So what you're looking at, okay, is there's a queen bee in here. And the queen bee, this is another one, but the queen bee and all the workers in here died. Okay. So, that's what we're looking at right now. She didn't make it. And so what we had was a situation where, for whatever reason, one of the queens had died. And if I come in here, actually, you can see that there's a blue dot on the queen. She's up here. And, so we had a situation where the hive had lost its queen, and so we had to find another queen to put in the hive, because what happens is she's not making any babies, or just in there making honey, and eventually all the bees will die because they're not. The queen is laying eggs and not reproducing. So it's a time specific situation. And so when we went into the hive, I saw this, and I saw that there was no brood happening. Couldn't find the queen, so we had to replace it. And I went and bought another queen, okay. And he's pan down here, okay. And so what needs to happen is there'll be a queen. I don't know if you can we see this a little bit better? So there's a queen right there. And she has some helpers in there, and there's a sugar cube right here that the queen has to eat through, okay? Has to eat through that sugar cube in order to come out this little hole, okay, and get out to into the bee box and the frames in the hive right there. Okay, so this time last week she didn't make it. Okay, she didn't make it, and neither did the workers inside. 1/4 of an inch away from freedom. So they almost got through. I pushed it out a little bit, but just know that they almost got through. 1/4 of an inch from freedom. Am I going in? Oh, I'm about to go in. 1/4 of an inch from freedom. Almost got through, but they couldn't get through the other side. Farmer Mike last masterclass, live from Edwardsville, Kansas, the big farm. And in the soil, once far, by Junius Gross, potato king of the world. Here, we're talking about bees. Queen bee didn't make it through the sugar cube out the other side. Was so close, but it didn't happen, okay? Didn't happen. So we have another one right here, another queen. I hope you can see it. It's really sunny, okay? So we'll put this one in today, okay? And tomorrow we'll come and we'll check on her and make sure she's okay and possibly release her. And so why we do that is just like if you were to introduce newer chickens with older chickens. Hey, Melissa's watching. So just like if you were to introduce newer chickens with older chickens, usually put them in a cage, or else the older chickens, they notice that they're different and they start pecking at them, and they'll probably most likely poke and kill them to death. So bees are the same way. We wanted to be in there and be around the other bees, and the other bees are smelling her hormones and whatnot, and getting to know her for a day or so before she's released. And then they accept her as the queen. So that's a very critical stage right here. And so right here. So they didn't make it through. They didn't make it through the other side. So we'll put this one in, and perhaps we will help this queen out. Okay. But this right here is most people stop before the breakthrough. Got to go a little bit further, right? If they would have went, this queen would have went a little bit further. This queen would have went a little bit further. Chances are, woo, they out here, they smelling her. Chances are that everything would have changed. Everything would have changed. But she can't give up now, because this is what happens. This is what happens if you give up now. See, that queen had everything she needed, had purpose. She had a way out. She had support. Everything. But the hesitation, they lost it all. It was their shot. Farmer Mike is here to say, you don't need to be the strongest, the smartest, the fastest. You have to push through. You have to push through and come out the other side. You have to push through the resilience. Maybe someone will feel sorry for you. Maybe someone like Farmer Mike will come through the other side with a cheat code, open it up and let you out. But Farmer Mike is here to say, right, Melissa? Farmer Mike is here to say that maybe that will happen, but if it doesn't, you have to push through yourself. That queen and the workers lost this life, and they were so close, a 1/4 of an inch, and she would have made it to the other side in the hive, and she would have had the honey, she would have had the workers, you know, she would have had life, but it was cut too short because she gave up. So if you give up, it's never gonna happen. But if you keep pushing through, if you keep chewing away, if you keep with the resistance, hey, Bonnie's watching too, then you can make it. So that's what life is about. Life is about pushing through the other side. Let me show you one more time, okay? So we got another attempt. Will this queen chew through this sugar cube and make it through the other side? Because this one didn't. They didn't. We'll go ahead and Let me go ahead and pour it out right there. See, they didn't. They gave up. They gave up. Farmer Mike is here to tell you, don't let life do that to you. Don't give up. You're so close. You're this close, less than a quarter of any other inch. On the other side is the honey. On the other side, it tastes so sweet. On the other side is something amazing. But you'll never get it. You'll never reach it. I'm going to take you to Black Church. Can I get an amen? Can I get a witness? Can I get a hallelujah? But you'll never break through if you don't keep pushing to get to the other side. And that is today's master class. Now I'm going to go into this hive. I'm going to put the suit on though. Because I got stung in this anyway. You have to watch the previous videos, of course, many times. I'm going to back away. Got an Italian queen, and I'm going to drop it in. But you got to keep pushing, because on the other side is something beautiful, something magnificent, and something sweet. Keep pushing through. That's right. Keep pushing through. You're so close. You can make it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to stop by my world famous YouTube channel, Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm. We've got 480 videos, all dedicated to urban farming. Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm, the #1 true urban farming channel in America. Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm. And this is what it's all about. Not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. And you are enjoying the ride with me, okay? You can become a master gardener just by watching my channel. We give away the knowledge. Why do we do that? Because we look out for the next generation. So many people, I'm gonna take you to church. Can I get an amen? So many people die and take it with them. They die and take it with them. I'm reading the, don't let your pride. I had to stop a second because it's live. It's so great to be able to interact with people. So I'm going to stop for a second so you know it's live. And I'm going to read the, I'm going to go through the comments and don't let the property taxes push. Don't let the property taxes push you. Yes, that's the property. The property taxes will get you. I have to do another master class on that, property taxes. And actually, I'm gonna do a whole separate master class on that, specifically as it relates to like Vine, but just in every city in the United States. It's too deep for most people to really understand, but I call it the theft of black wealth. It's very deep. Most people, as I go in, most people really won't even understand it. I know you understand it because you follow Farmer Mike, you know, but and it's been going on for over 100 years, okay? So the same thing, if you watch the documentary, The Potato King, so this is the soil right here behind me. Back further is where his house stood. He owned over 200 acres, was the wealthiest African-American farmer in the world, took an industry. What happened to that wealth? And usually, even today, it comes down to land. And having your land taken from you, stolen from you through other ways, because people realize that this is power, you know, to be able to grow your own food, to be able to know how to do that, become self-sufficient. So I do videos on raising your own chickens. I do videos on growing your own produce, your own watermelon, things like caliphas right here. So this is an amaranth. This is an edible green. This is one way we add nitrogen back to the soil. So farming, this is dry farming technique right here. So this is not irrigated. There's a way you have to do it. You know, it's kind of like you go to a slot machine and you pull the lever down and you have to have cherry to win. So there's a balance, and timing is very important as well. So we want to get in before the rains come in, tilling, adding nitrogen to the soil. It's many things have to hit in order for it to work. And so I go through all of that on the channel, Ophelia's Blue Vine Farm on YouTube. Let's see real quick, since this is my phone is not shutting down. Yesterday was 91 degrees, so it got too hot. I couldn't do this. Let me go here to the shade a little bit, since we're on live, walk in the field, and then I'll go back there and drop that queen into one of the colleagues, let's see. Bonnie Jackson says, yes, it is. Bonnie Jackson's giving me an amen. Okay. Josh Severa, Joshin is there. Hey. Bonnie is there. Melissa Johnson's. Okay. So I hope that inspired you. Let me go back and I'm going to give you this illustration, and I hope you get this. I really hope you get this, because another thing that I wanted to show you, that Farmer Mike is not perfect. Everything that I've done, I've learned the hard way. You can go to school for something, but the best, and then you'll learn, but you still, at the end of the day, you still have to make mistakes. You still learn from the mistakes. You have to be open to new ideas. You have to talk to people who people or dismiss and don't listen to, and you have to fail. So write this down. Failure is a process. Failure is the process. So we lost the queen, right? We had to go through that, but we learned, and there's nothing, now we know the lesson. So some lessons in life you have to buy. We bought that lesson, right? So what do we do? Do we just let the bees fly away or do we try again? And we learn from that, and we write that down in our book, and we say, hey, we got to make sure next day, come out there, make sure she's out, make sure they're accepting her, And so I'm going to come back again. So to recap, we had a queen and its workers in this box. We're re-queening a hive, and the queen and the bees didn't make it. They didn't eat through this sugar cube, okay? They eat through this sugar cube. There's a hole on the other side that she can fly out. If given time, the thousands and thousands of bees already in the hive will accept her. They'll smell her scent and they'll accept her. If we take this cork out on the other side, she can fly out immediately, but you have a chance of them not accepting her and killing her right away. So this queen is in there marked, and she has her helpers in there, and they have to eat through the sugar cube, okay? And if they don't, they do like this one did, and they all die. She was so close, but she didn't make it. Don't let that be you. You're so close. We're so close to the finish line. So close to the finish line. We never know how close we are. That's the trick. We never know how close we are. But just remember that we're close. We're going in the storm. We're in the storm. We're coming out of the storm. And it's a cycle. So I hope you enjoyed this free masterclass. Oh, I went in today. Oh, I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun out here because we're ahead of the game. And if you stay ahead, you won't get behind. But there's a whole lot of work to do. And I'm going to take you all along the way and along the journey on the #1 urban farming channel in America, Ophelia's Bovine Farm. Make sure to tell a friend. This is going to be very important in the future, in the next following months. It's going to be very important. Nothing more important than learning how to grow your own food, become self-sufficient, because we can't depend on other people, especially the government, to take care of us, And so we have to have resilient systems. We have to know how to do this, because they're not really looking out for the people, like they should. And so we need a system to, and I know I'm going to church today. We need a strong global system, a strong national system, and a strong local system. So we don't just need a few big producers. We need a network of small producers, and we need to know that diversity makes us better. Diversity within crops, diversity within people, different people from different countries with different ideas. And that's really how America works best, because you have people who can see things that you can't see. And so one of the most important things that you could do is be around people who can see the things that you can't see, who can see your blind spots, who could help you out, And you also have to be willing to listen, to learn something new, to adapt, and to grind. So what we're doing here, these are, you know, look at that texture, and that's what you want right there, okay? And someone's saying, Bonnie's saying, yes, it is self-sufficient. Too late for purple holes. No, go ahead and put them in. Go ahead and put them in. Got my hands dirty now, but that's what you want, okay? A lot of people take shortcuts, okay? See, look at these are weeds. We got to remove those, and this is nitrogen, so we'll till that in, and that'll actually feed the soil. We won't put plastic on this. Plastic, when we put the plastic on this, that has an environmental footprint, okay? That's plastic. And also, if we do that, then none of these weeds grow, yeah? But all this stuff, this is okra. Who doesn't love okra, okay? So this is okra, okay? And so this is actually going to have to be thinned, and this part of it's done by hand. And here we can do that with machinery. We can do that with a 6 foot. We could do that with a 6 foot attachment on the back of a John Deere, you know. But the little stuff has to be done by hand, you know. And so the model of big agriculture is shortcuts, you know. And you may not pay today, but you'll pay tomorrow. You know, it's the short term for the long term instead of the long term. You know, it's like if I ask my baby girl, you know, I'll give you $100 a day, or I'll give you $1,000 tomorrow, what's she gonna say? Most people would say, I'll take the $1,000 tomorrow. That's what most people say, you know. But there are those people who just want it now, who just rather take the 100, you know. So they're gonna sacrifice the long term for the short term, you know. But no success comes within short term. So we're looking out for the long term. So we're not just thinking about this season, we're thinking about next season, and the season after that, and the season after that, and the season after that. But there's no substitute. There's no substitute for hard work. You have to put out the work, and no robot's gonna come in and do this like we're gonna do this. You've ever noticed, I'll leave you with this, I'll leave you one thing. So you go to Walmart or even Quick Trip, there used to be someone pushing the machine that cleans the floor, right? There used to be a person behind that machine that cleans the floor. Now they've got a robot, and the robot just goes up and down the aisle and cleans the floor. You know, and for most people, it looks okay. It looks average, but just know it's never going to get as good as somebody getting in there doing it by hand with a bucket with soapy water and bleach into it. You know, it's average. So here we don't do average. If you want average, then you need to go talk to somebody else, because we don't do average. Okay. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut. So no shortcuts out here. Junius Grove didn't do any shortcuts. He walked actually hundreds of miles for his freedom and built a legacy in Edwards, Kansas, and farmed this soil right here. And if he can do it, I can do it. You could do it too. Let me come down here and before I get out of here, I want to look at a few comments. So I do this to be able to connect not just with my friends, but anyone, anywhere in the world. And you ask Farmer Mike a question. I don't think any farmers even really do that. Let's see, the lawn man cut my others. Let's see, is watching to be self-sufficient. The lawn man cut my others. I can't read that whole comment. It's too. Oh yeah, she's talking about her beans. So yeah, so if you got gardening questions, hit me up on the live too. Yeah, put it in. You know, it's never too late to get started. This Bonnie, it's almost like what they say. When's the best time to plant an apple tree? Yesterday. So it's never too late. We have a very long season here. We get a lot of good rain, get about 40 inches annually here in Kansas City, here in the Midwest. And so we have time to put it in and get it in It's almost like you can never grow enough food. Most people will look at this row and they'll see weeds. Yeah, you got some grass, but we also have right here an amaranth, edible, you know, right here. You saute this up, it tastes so delicious. Right here. And never been sprayed or anything like that, you know. Big Ag would come through here and they would hit this whole field. They would hit this whole field with Roundup. They hit it with Roundup, chemical, glyphosate, and you wouldn't see this. But these native weed seeds play an important role, add nitrogen to the soil. And again, we want that diversity. Diversity is very important in these sustainable systems. So write that down. Diversity, very important in these sustainable systems. And I tell you, let me go back. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer to Hive 1. Hive 1, it has 4 frames. I had to put another box on top of it because it's loaded with honey. And I'm gonna take you, hopefully, I don't have a suit on, so I'm just doing this impromptu. It's a lot of bees over there, but I'm gonna do it for you. Do it for you, all you guys watching right now. And I'm gonna go and show you all this honey that we're producing. And the bees are gonna help pollinate these watermelon plants, okay? So what happens is, so this is a watermelon plant, okay? And this is a tendril, and we'll turn it this way so it can, what we call, run. This is very healthy. It'll flower, okay? And in order to produce a fruit, the bee is going to have to visit this several times. So not just one time. To have good pollination, it's going to take several times. And when it gets really hot, they're not as active. So we need even more bees. Pollination is very important. Bee pollination is very important in watermelon. Some things don't need pollination. Okra, for instance, is pollinated by ants. So not everything needs the bees for the pollination, but most of the best stuff does, especially watermelons, cantaloupes, and things like that. Okay, so we have a very active hive over here. I'm gonna try to get close. And so you should be able to see some bees clustering on the outside, which should show you how many bees there are. And there are 1, 2, 3, there are 3 boxes. Oh my God. Let me flip this around. Let me get in there. Ooh, look at them. Let me zoom in. Can I zoom in? I don't even have my suit on. Look at okay. Who going up in there? Without a suit? You see them flying? So they're flying out, okay? And they're looking for stuff. They're looking for pollen. They're flying out, okay? Can you see that? Thumbs up if you can see that. Can anybody see that? Thumbs up if you can. Yeah, so they're doing their thing. I had to put another box on it because it's loaded with honey. It's loaded with honey! Uh-oh, I'm not gonna get too close. Let me get back. It's gonna be so good. So, I'm so excited you guys are watching, and I love it because no editing. It's live, it's raw, it is what it is, and I hope this inspires you. One more time, I'm not going to show you the what's it say? You're frozen. How am I frozen? Who's frozen? Oh man, I'm frozen. Oh, am I still frozen? Am I frozen? Am I unfrozen, guys? Let me flip it. Thumbs up if I'm unfrozen. Am I unfrozen? I wonder if I'm... Am I still frozen? Can you see me? Thumbs up. I wonder if I'm still frozen. Let's see. They're saying I'm frozen. I wonder if Am I still frozen? I'm not sure how to unfreeze if I'm frozen. Let's see. Gotta love the live. Am I still frozen, guys? I wonder if I'm still. Let's see. I guess I'm maybe still frozen. I'm not sure. Let me try to reply. I'm gonna see. See if I'm still frozen. See what she says. Yes. Let me finish it then.